Really high standard. Great to see such a strong Chinese contingent in the crowd as well. Love all. Yan serving. A lovely rangy forehand topspin from Xue. We'll see that a lot. So we'll see a clash of styles here with Yan, much more of a compact game, taking the ball early, happy to trade backhands, and typically through the competition so far, Liang-Xue serving now, looking to play with a very relaxed style, longer strokes, longer follow through, more languid style, and beautiful touch, and maybe a little bit more topspin.
1-3. 2-3. 4-2.
So a few errors creeping in, just some early signs of nerves, Colin.
Yeah, unusual for these little errors around the net.
5-2.
So, nice start for Xue Liang. Soft shot down the line for the backhand from Xue. Very clever.
3-5.
But Yan didn't make a mistake. I see the slow ball there, forced Yan to lift it. But Yan's follow-up forehand's pretty hard. Short serve, short return. Nice flowing forehand topspin from
3-6.
Xue. In table tennis, Xue plays in the same team as Yan-Xue in the Chinese Super League.
6-4.
So any table tennis aficionados will get the idea of how good he is with the rubber bat. Amazing player.
7-4.
You see Xue really strong on the forehand, running round there on the backhand side, as we've seen a lot of players do, hitting a great forehand down the line.
And that one went under the net. Didn't quite get his body into that, but a good start for Xue. And we're live on Sky Sports Mix as well. And you join us at the very beginning of the quarterfinal session. We'll have a new world champion tonight if you watch us through. This is the first of 4 quarterfinals, 2 Chinese players. This is Liang-Xue, and he's playing against, in yellow and black, the current world champion. Took off the $20,000 first prize last year, and for sure, he'll be up for that again this time. So Yan happy to play backhand from the backhand side. Liang running around to try and get his forehand in from everywhere. There's the backhand of Yan, had to defend with it. Off the top of his bat. Nearly went in the crowd, that
9-6.
So good top spins from Liang. Yan got an attack, but it was well countered into the backhand and then wide of the forehand, top edge of the bat, into the lights.
7-9.
So welcome to everybody. I think we're in for a treat this evening. Some wonderful last 16 matches. All the players guaranteed now to go home with a minimum of $3,000.
8-9.
And the winners of this are guaranteed $5,000 for getting to the semi-finals. So 2 players here, highly professional athletes, really, really good body mechanics.
9-all.
Stroke production really consistent. And Yan, 21 years old. Plays with short pimples when he plays the rubber game, and studied human resources at university and played for
9-10.
Okay, so Liang just waiting for him to start. Nice backhand from Liang. And another top edge, so Yan not always hitting the sweet spot then.
No, but real high quality shot from Xue. Look at that, right on the white line. Puts Yan under pressure. Couldn't quite get there in time for that one. Top edged it.
Even at 10-all.
11-10.
So it's the first of 15 points. Best of 3 games, so you've got to win 2 games to win. Oh, he's got it back. He's playing beautiful strokes from a long way from the table. Great. Class play.
11-all.
And that keeps him back in at 11-all. So up to 15 points, best of 3. 2 games wins the match. Apart from the final, which will be best of 5 games.
11-12.
And in this form of the game, 14-all means sudden death. So no juice, no 2 clear points. 15-14 takes the game. What a fast serve.
12-all.
That's a terrific serve, wasn't it? You saw what Yan had no time to react and get any backswing in, and just puts it in the bottom of the net. And that's just the surprise of the fast serve, but also how fast it actually went through.
Yeah. Yan onto the top of the net and off the
12,
table.
13.
So hit that too low. Pinged up off the net, but didn't hit the other side. That doesn't count. So point to Xue in the red. 13-12. The young pretender up against the champion. Oh, fantastic. Look at that control. Beautiful. You can see the hours and hours of training that have gone into to be able to play, to produce these strokes. Plenty of topspin on the ball. They say with these sandpaper bats, they're very low friction. That's the point of the exercise, is to play a form of the game where you can't get a lot of spin. But they do try and get the little bits
13,
of spin that
14.
they can, especially topspin, and also, Tony, some kicking serves.
Yeah, absolutely. And players are getting better and better at that, making that ball kick on the second bounce.
They are,
15,
and that's just gone
13,
off. And Yan,
match.
again,
Missed
manages
Liang
to
being
squeeze
home.
out a very, very close victory. So, first game to the champion. That ball missed by just a couple of centimetres. First game to Yan. Great Chinese crowd. Mia there in the crowd. She's been helping with some of our studies of all the Chinese players. Great delegation. Wonderful fun. And there's the next generation. That banana will give us some energy for next time.
Second game, Mr. Liang to serve. Love all.
So, Tony, do you think the second will be the same as the first in terms of the way they approach it? Is there anything that Xue needs to do differently, or do you think he'll just carry on the same at the moment, being pretty close to him?
Yeah, I think Xue will carry on trying to get his
love.
forehand in as much as he can, and I think he needs to target that right elbow of Yan, try and make him play backhands from the middle of the table.
Which he just did there. He served it there, forcing Yan to play from the crossover
Love two.
between his backhand and forehand, somewhere near the middle of the table. Depends where the player is at the time, which way they're leaning, which way they're travelling, which way their balance is going. But he'll try and find that area in between the backhand and forehand
1-2.
where Yan is uncomfortable and doesn't know whether to play a backhand or a forehand stroke. So don't expect Xue to play wide all the time. Sometimes they play it into the body.
3-1.
Well, good start from Xue. The second game certainly needs that. Can't afford to get down in this one, already being a game behind.
So Xue actually came out of here as came into the competition as a last chance
4-1.
qualifier. He failed to qualify from the Chinese championships to qualify. Came over to the last chance qualifier in Harlow on Thursday, where there were 4 places available and 80 players. And I saw him play, and I just thought he was electric. And sure enough, made it to the semi-finals, which qualified him for this tournament. And then he was in the big time. Came through his group without too much trouble. But now, up against the strongest of the strong. But second game, holding up well. And it's a beautiful backhand from Yan.
2-5.
Yeah, that's his strength, isn't it? He's got a nice short serve. Wasn't a bad low return from Xue, but Yan's backhand proved too strong.
6-2.
Yeah, I love Yan's backhand. Certainly, if Yan can play backhand to backhand, he will win more of the points against Xue. You see, that's part of the reason that Xue's running around and getting his forehand in from the backhand side, because Yan's backhand is stronger, I think, than Xue's. But when Xue gets movement, Lovely movement there. So he runs around, really happy to forehand topspin again. Another top edge.
2-8.
So Xue clearly getting topspin, making the ball kick up off the table and out at the opposition. One good one. And then you see that extra topspin there. Beautiful. So these blue bats, very, very low friction. They just get the little tiny bits of spin that they can. At the end of the game, they'll have to leave their on the table, and then the opponent will play with it
8-4.
in the next game. So effectively, the bat stays on one end of the table the whole match, and the players alternate which bat they use. So they both use each other's bats to keep the equipment absolutely even and fair between the two players. You can buy these bats for about 10 or 13 quid.
8-5.
So we know that what you're seeing is just pure world-class skill.
Let
So Xue certainly back in this one. Beautiful forehand. Did that touch the edge? Apparently not.
6-8.
That was close.
Yeah, just a little bit greedy, going for too much width there, just missed it.
Yeah. So backhand serve from Yan, trying to keep Xue into the backhand, but if you pop it up a little bit short,
6-9.
that's what you can expect. The footwork of the man in red, so strong. Smash, and the ball actually hit the barriers before it even hit the floor. It's so powerful. Great shot. Forehand in again by Xue. Goes down the line, just off the end.
9-7.
So Yan's not out of this. I can imagine this being two straight.
It could happen. I mean, Xue got the better start in the first game as well, and Yang gradually worked his way in. It's very solid, doesn't make many errors. That's making it hard for Xue to maintain his lead.
10-7.
Brilliant. Forehand from the forehand side, and then ran around his backhand to get another one in. Cross court from the backhand. Beautiful from Liang.
7-11.
11. So, what a great artist as well as an athlete. So every 6 points, they're allowed to towel down. Get the perspiration off. Also get it off their hand, so it's not slipping on the handle of the bat. Regroup, think about their tactics. Fast serve from Yan across court.
8-11.
And before long, we might see, that's great forehands from both players, we might see the double point ball. So for those of you joining us for the first time, in this form of the game, they play with an orange ball most of the time. But on your serve, as long as you haven't got more than 12 points, you can take what's called the double point ball. And that means that you serve with the double point ball, a white ball. It's the same material, but just to demark it. And if you win the point with the double point ball, you win double, 2 points. If you lose the point, you only lose one. So it's like a joker, it's only to your advantage. You can only use that option once in each match.
8-14.
But neither player has chosen to use it at this stage. Well, Yan's been taken through a couple of times. He was beaten in a qualifier, but recovered and qualified in the event last year. So people are getting close to him. But he went through as champion last year.
Game match, Mr. Liang.
Look at Liang-Xue managed to level it 1 game all. So 1 game to go. 2-1 is enough to win the match. So I don't think either player is taking a coach. I think the coaches probably don't want to take sides one with another, have any favoritism. So they're having to think it out themselves in between matches. But what a lovely flowing performance from Liang.
Yeah, he's a great player to watch. I love his forehand, so much power that he's developing. It really shows the strength and depth of China that he didn't actually qualify through the Chinese qualifiers.
Game,
and here he is in the quarterfinals.
Yeah. Yeah.
Love all.
So, yeah, arguably not good enough to qualify from the Chinese, which is just shows you the strength and depth that there is in China. They love their ping pong. When they put table tennis on in China, they get viewing figures of around 300 million, believe it or not.
Love 1.
It's just about the #1 sport in China. And now there is a sandpaper bat, blue bat, professional league as from last July 2017. So if you like watching this stuff, you can watch it streamed from China on the internet, and they play professional team matches, club versus club, once a month. Have a look out for that on the internet.
What a great rally. Xue having to be forced further and further back. He was nearly at the arena by the end.
I think he had his back actually against the wall. Fabulous forehand attack, just off the end. What a disappointment for Xue Liang. He did so much right, but Yan reminds me of Bagley. When he's under pressure, he plays a reasonable pressure shot back, just to encourage you to miss the next ball, not to let it be easy for you. And Xue, in the end, overhit. So Yan's retrieval skills really showing up. And he can do that away from the table, not just as a counter hitter at the table.
Yeah, it's kind of a classic battle between Yan, who's not as powerful but makes less errors, and Xue, who makes more errors but hits more winners, I think.
3-2.
Yeah, so that goes down as an unforced error, I think, at this level for Xue. Oh, and that was terrific power. He really stepped into that one. It came a little bit short, a little bit higher. He knew to attack it. And you see the power when he does so. There he goes, in. All the body weight transferred from the right foot, which is flat on the floor, sideways, pushing onto the front foot, which is facing forwards.
3-4.
Beautiful technique. That's a good shot down the line from Yan. Gets the ball up. Well done. Executed the follow-up.
Be interesting to see at what point they decide to use the double point ball here, because neither of them have used it, and we're into that final game.
Yeah. They're not necessarily used to it, so they might have forgotten. Missed opportunity if they do, but so into the tactics of this game. Oh, wonderful. Yan pops it up, and Liang goes wide. Well done, Xue Liang.
5-4.
What a beautiful rally. Slow block, and then big forehand wide of Yan's forehand. So I love this newcomer. He's a great player. Plays with a smile on his face as well.
4-6.
Yan, very popular man in China. He won the invitation sandpaper bat competition recently. More prize money for him, and he was getting a lot of fan mail. So a new nation and a new brand
5-6
for this form of the game.
Yeah, we see another of those big forehands down the line from Xue. Yan unable to get there quite quick enough to control it.
Oh, net edge. Yan still got it back. Unlucky.
6-all.
Yan did well to recover that. So towel down.
Can't hear you, Colin. Can't hear you.
Okay, Yan serving.
7-6, swap the sides.
So now they change ends. They leave the bat where it is, pick up the other bat. Nothing much in it, but the challenger a point ahead.
6-7.
Yan with one more serve before they change. 2 serves at a time each. Short play, one off the net, but coped with nicely. Into the forehand attack rallies. So after that, it built up. Forehand, forehand. So 2 points ahead and serving for Xue. Is this his big chance? Normally thought of to have an advantage when you're serving. Control how the rally begins. First opportunity to win the point. Beautiful. Great. Forehand topspin, forehand topspin. Oh, that's the point of the match so far. Both players happy to retrieve off the net.
9-6.
Yan-Xue did fantastic there. I thought he was going to lose that point when the ball hit the net and slowed down, and he had to stop himself, scoop it back up, but controlled it so well, went on to take the point.
Double point ball for Mr. Liang.
Okay, so he's decided to go for it at 9-6 up in the third and final game, up to 15 points. Liang chooses the double point ball. It's a white ball, same material, but we all know what this means. 2 points on the serve if he wins this. Could this be 11-6? And he gets it. A mistake on the return of serve from Yan. A little popping topspin serve short. And Yan now 5 points adrift. Are we going to see the champion go out in this quarter-final? Well, he's going to retaliate.
Yeah, he has to, doesn't he, really, now? 5 points behind. We could see Yan, if he doesn't take this point, it's a long way down. This could be it for the world champion.
He needs this one so much. This is the opportunity. Top edge. Liang is absolutely delighted. 12-6. So one player converts his double point ball. The other person plays his straight away. Can't convert it. And all of a sudden, from 6-7, we've got a 6 point gap. 12 points to 6. Amazing. And now the champion is in quite significant difficulty. This is a long way back. Another mistake.
13-6.
Seems to have lost his confidence maybe as well.
Yeah, pressure told there. So Xue serving. If he wins both these points on his serve, he's through to the semi-final.
That's a brave shot and a good one. He had to actually keep the ball down by crouching down as he hit the shot to keep the ball down. There, you see the ball, the bat swinging over the top, but him going onto his haunches, onto his heels. But the power and the top spin that Liang's getting. 7-14. He's one of the best table tennis players in China. Plays China Super League. He's converted this to the sandpaper back game very, very well. Oh, what a brave shot. Brilliant backhand from Yan.
Game match Liang.
But Liang